Welcome in. We are going to talk about Dr. Disrespect. We are going to divide this up in a few different parts today. We're going to talk about what is human design. Part two is we're going to be going over all of the colored stuff in that box of geometrical things over there. And we're going to be running over Dr. Disrespect's not self as well. All right. So, part one, what is human design? Human design allows Dr. Disrespect to make the correct decisions for himself. If he chooses to follow that yes and no based on who he is, then he will allow his purpose to flow through him. His purpose is right here on the screen. You can see that, the incarnation cross. And we're not going to be running over his purpose in life today, but if you want to Google that, that's available. What we're going to be running over is, how he says his yes and no and other fun brain candy. All right, part one still is what is human design? It allows a person to know themselves at the deepest levels, whether we're conscious of it or not. So human design is a person's energetic blueprints, and I hope you enjoy hearing about yourself, Dr. Disrespect. Okay, so part two is we're going to be talking about that colored in stuff and the not colored in stuff. All right, who is Dr. Disrespect? Well, Dr. Disrespect is a person who understands in a fixed way what his emotions are. We're just sticking on the basic level right now. He has a fixed way of understanding physical pressure. He also understands what is healthy for him or not, mainly in a primal way. So what keeps him safe, how to get food into his tummy, and how to get a house over his head. So he has a fixed way of understanding what is healthy and safe for him, and also when enough is enough. Dr. Disrespect does have a consistent access to willpower, a consistent way of expressing himself into the world, and a specific way in which he conceptualizes things. Okay, let's synthesize all of that together. Well, Dr. Disrespect is a person who understands in his own timing what is correct for him because he understands the physical pressure and what will keep him safe, because he does have the willpower that he has consistent access to be able to put out into the world what he has conceptualized. Now, before we move any further, I do want to give some information regarding who you are, Dr. Disrespect. There's no truth in the now for you. So I bet if you are excitingly committing to something or angrily quitting something, you might regret that decision that you made later. Oh, why did I commit to that? Ugh. So there's no truth in the now for you, especially when you are in somebody else's presence. Make sure you're making decisions as yourself, in your own aura, your own presence, and that way you can gain clarity on what is correct for you. Now, maybe there's a multitude of options that you need to pick from, but how do you choose? Well, your body has this magnetic pull because you're a generator. Your aura just pulls things towards you in life. And it's from there that you have the choice to make decisions from. And just because something comes at you, it doesn't mean that you need to commit to it. We're conditioned in our life to say yes to good opportunities that come towards us because we're afraid that maybe something else won't come towards us. So your body's going to have this or these guttural sounds, these primal sounds that exist within you. Even baby-like sounds like ooh, ah. When a baby likes something, you know it. they push it away or they move towards it. And you have that gift as well. Those primal, guttural baby sounds. And it's free to listen to them. Now, a lot of people are deconditioned away from that sound because I know growing up, my parents were like, say yes, say no. Saying uh-huh and uh-uh is not proper socially. So say yes, say no. Move away from your true energetic decision-making process, you know? So after something presents it to yourself and you move towards it, it's from there that you need to make that decision through clarity. Giving yourself time to make decisions is the best thing that you could do for yourself. Patience is something that you can give yourself. Now, like I said, you might not have full clarity on what needs to happen, but you need to make a choice. Well, maybe out of all four doors of possibilities that are in front of you, maybe door number 2 is the most clear to you because you've done the most research or it just feels the best to you. So do it. Dr. Disrespect, you do understand when enough is enough, and you do have that consistent access to willpower. So I bet people around you are like, yeah, when Dr. Disrespect says he's going to do something, it's going to get done. Okay, so we just talked about the consistent aspect of who you are. We didn't run into these lines connecting them yet, but if you want to stay till the end, we'll run into what these lines mean. They are life force energy that you put out into the world as well, but we're saving that for brain candy section. All right, part number 2. What are these undefined centers? What are these uncolored centers? Well, these are just inconsistent or unreliable aspects of who you are. So why would we make a decision based on unreliable aspects of who we are? You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. And I think it's beautiful that you have your G center open and your head center undefined. Sorry, not open, undefined. Right here, I think it's a beautiful gift because when you enter into a room, Dr. Disrespect, I bet you know instantly if it's correct for you or not because you're like, nope. And if you do say nope, you should honor that and leave. Maybe the place just beside it has better opportunities or better experiences for you. But if you enter into a place and your body's just repelled by it, honor that. You're not going to have the proper experiences with the proper people putting you into the proper direction in life. So if you're acting not self here, trying to live a life of what people expect from you, there can be some conundrums. These two centers together, your brain thinks that this is what you are. Even though it's unreliable, your brain tries to make it consistent and reliable. So it tries to find ways to make that consistent. What does that look like to you when you can become bitter or frustrated? Well, it will look like you trying to find your identity in life, your direction, love who you are, where you're going. So maybe you're a person who enjoys being a different person on a regular basis because that's what your brain thinks is correct for you. But it's not. It's going to make you frustrated. And also here, trying to be inspirational or looking or searching for things that are inspirational or being that person that has all the answers, because if somebody's going to ask you a question, I bet, Dr. Disrespect is going to give his unique view of what you asked him about. If you don't have the answer, I'm sure you will get the answer. Remember, that's not self. You're only meant to be answering questions that matter to you. And you are only supposed to be going in the direction that you have enough energy for. Your energy is going to tell you, or what is correct for you. And with every decision that you make that is correct for you, let's just say your body said, or ow, then the answer is no. And then with that no and that not doingness, you're allowing your purpose to flow through you. Once again, your purpose is on the screen here, Incarnation Cross. So every time you make a correct decision for yourself, you're allowing your purpose to flow through you. Incarnation Cross, allowing the purpose to flow through you with every decision-making opportunity that you have. Every single one. So you're a person who is here to be consistent with your energy because you are a very powerful person. We're actually going into the final experience. This here is the channel of power, a design of being an archetype. And with you being yourself, showing people that being yourself, what it is to be an archetype of what? Being human, being you. Being Dr. Disrespect. You have a lot of power. People see that. People want to take advantage of that. You also have this particular channel here. And this channel is all about transformation. And it's all about you recognizing the skills that people have. And you know who's got what it takes to get to the top. And it's not necessarily getting to the top by sleeping with the boss or poisoning the other coworkers. No, it's like you got the skill, you got the talent, and he recognizes who's got that within them. He also has this particular channel here, which is the channel of the transmitter, a design of surrender, which means that you have something to say to the tribe. Now, you have this, you can smell who's got talent. You can smell as well who's the shisty bastards. So you might find yourself sometimes over exaggerating things like I do. There's 18 million people who do this one thing. That's an exaggeration. And this last channel is about the storyteller. You have a story to tell. You are Dr. Disrespect and you tell a story through that. So, I know there's one more down here, but if we actually go into your other charts, it is here the whole day, so I will talk about it then. This channel here, the channel of recognition, is all about the starting of an experience just for experience sake. So you might see, if you were inside of Dr. Disrespect's body, you would find that he just wants to start a lot of things and maybe not even finish them. But yes, he has a lot of tribal energy and a lot of collective energy. So he's about the tribe. He is about the collective. He doesn't have a lot of this individual energy, but what people find most inspiring about him is how powerful he is, being that archetype of who he is now. And you're like, well, why does that look like a candy cane? Well, if you go over here and look to the right, the 34, we can find the 34 here, but we can also find the 34 over on this side. We see the 57 here over on this side, and we see the 57 over here on this side, that means that you are twicely powerful because there's only 26 activations and 4 of them are within a design of being an archetype. It's beautiful. So once again, Dr. Disrespect, you're not meant to be a person who does things quickly, like instantaneously in the moment, because once again, there's no truth in the now for you. You need to be patient with yourself. And when you tell people, wait, I got to think about it, people are just trying to like make the deal even more sweet because they saw your energy, they recognize it, and they want it. And making them wait is like, oh my God, are they going to say no? So when people recognize you and your energy, they want it. And when they offer it, just allow yourself some time. Because imagine if you instantly hopped on it because you were excited. I told you at the beginning of this segment that making a decision when you're excited is not a good idea. So let's just say you hop on it when you're excited and they're like, oh, well, never mind, this deal's not going to go through yet. You already announced it to your community. You already announced it on your Twitter. And, now you have to take a few steps back because they didn't fall through on their end. So yes, patience protects you and your energy, and starting projects that just aren't worth your energy. So we could talk about this for a long time. I just noticed here that your shining light out into the world is 22 right here, and that's about being social or not, and social within your network. And sometimes you're just in the mood to be social or not, and just honor that, because you're going to end up being frustrated if you hop onto all of those trains of needing to be social when you don't want to be. You're in the mood or not. You'll notice what happens when you're not in the mood. Things are completely different. It's not a good experience. Oh God, I could talk forever, so I'm just going to stop myself here. I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of Dr. Disrespect. And if you want your own human design chart read, if you want to understand how you say your yes and no, it's a $50 price tag, and you can find that at katielyn.ca under human design readings. Thank you.